Hello, hi everyone. Can you hear me? Right. So I can see some names here. Bhavani, Prashanti, Giri, Raju, Ankit, Akhilesh, Kapil, Shayad, Sham, and Priya. All can able to hear me? So please, if you are not able to hear me, just let me know on comment section below. So you can see a comment section here and just let me know. I'll just keep in mute over here for all. So if you have any question, you just unmute yourself and you can talk to me directly. So let me just move on to the class. Hi, this is Naidu from Great Online Training. I'm a SAS trainer and as well as programmer. I do have around 9 years of experience in SAS programming, and I'm just giving this training from many years. Right. So let me just talk about this particular course. So it's a total 35-day sessions. It includes both base and advanced and clinical and financial. So job related training. So it's a completely job oriented training. So in this clinical stuff, mainly we cover CDISC, SDTM, ADAM, and TLF creation. In financial sector, so we talk about all the financial aspects, mainly projects will be included in this particular course. So this is all about for the course, and let me just go through the demo session for today, and let me just give you an overview of SAS and all those stuff. Hi everyone, and today we are going to talk about SAS, some introduction of SAS software, and how we will use the SAS software and how to write a SAS program and all those stuff we will see one by one. Let me just open my software. So here is the software. It's got open. As you can see, there are 5 windows in SAS. Like one is editor window, second one is log window, output window, explorer window, and result window. Total 5 windows in SAS, like our 5 fingers in a hand. Each window we use for some purpose. The editor window is used for writing the program, executing the program, and if you want to save this particular program what you have written, you can save it, you can run it. Suppose just imagine I'm just writing data is the statement, something like that, and blah blah blah. I'm writing something here. So this is called program. We are thinking that. So this program, if you want to execute it, whether I'm not sure this particular program is correct or wrong, but still I decided to use this particular program for producing some output. I just need to select the program. Then there is an option in your top called submit option. Once you click on submit, automatically it will execute your program. Once the program got executed, that's it. So here what you need to do, what you need to know, first of all, you selected the program, you submitted. Then whether the program what you have written here right or wrong, you can able to see by looking into the log window. So log is not saying anything because it is not related to any SAS keywords or anything. It is just like that only. Log, when I try to execute it, the program itself, it is not a correct program. That's the reason why log also not saying anything. It is just printing whatever you printed in here. Suppose if you could have written a statement called run, maybe I will see now what happened. I'm putting some semicolons here and there, then I'm running it. I'm thinking that it's a correct program, and now come to log. So log is saying clearly, you can read it, error 180 to 322. 180 means 180 to 320 means it's a error code. Whenever the statement is not valid or it's used in out of proper order, this message will appear in log. What is the purpose of log? It is just showing information whether it is an error or warning. It will be get displayed in your log message. If it is correct, then you will not see any error in your log. Otherwise, you can see some errors in your log. So by just got an understanding that whenever you write any program, you have to write the program in your editor window. Whenever you run the program, and that information will be displayed in your log, whether that particular program executed smooth or not. If it is smooth, then you will not see any errors. Is there any issues with the software in this log, then you will see some errors or warning messages in your log. So two windows are clear. One is writing the program, and second one is checking off errors and warning messages. The third one is called output. What this output will do, whenever you decided to save this information in your output window. Okay, that means whatever the program you have written, you executed. As a programmer, not only a SAS programmer, any programmer, whenever they're writing some code, they're expecting some output out of it. So how they will get the output? That output should be displayed at somewhere. Maybe in your SAS software, it will be appear in your output window here. But the output window is not appearing here at all. So what is the problem? Why this particular output is not getting it? The thing is, whenever you have any errors and warning messages, there is a chance that you will not get the output in output window at all, because while running the SAS itself, it is getting confused that the program is not correct. Then there is no chance to print the information in your output window at all, so that there is no output. So if your program is correct, then automatically output will display the output of the result what you generated. But right now, this particular situation, that information is not at all correct. Then automatically, so it won't give you any output in output window. So you clear now, editor window, writing the program, log window, checking of errors, and output window is displaying of output what we have generated. And we have one more window called Explorer window. What this Explorer window will do, mainly if you just carefully observe Explorer window, you have libraries, file shortcuts, favorites and folders, and this PC. This PC means this particular computer. Libraries and file shortcuts, favorites and folders. Libraries is the key place where we regularly use it on our SAS programming. File shortcuts means you can put some file shortcuts, and so that you can easily open those files from here itself. You no need to go to your desktop and open that. You no need to do that. What is the file shortcuts means? Suppose imagine you have written some program and you have saved into desktop. So you want to open that particular program again and again, you no need to go to desktop and click on that. You can create a file shortcut like our desktop shortcut icons, right? How you have it. So if you have so the desktop shortcut icon will be available there, and once you click on it, and automatically it will get open. It's the same way here also. File shortcuts, what it will do, it will give you the information directly to access those files. And favorites and folders, suppose is there any folders you want to connect it with SAS software, yes, you can able to connect it by just mentioning of favorites and folders folder, sorry. And we are coming to here, this PC, suppose you want to access something from your PC, you can access it. Is it downloads you need it, from pictures you need it, what drive you want to open it, you can access like this. Once you click on this, you want to go back, there is an option here, one level. You just scroll back, then you will just click back, then you will come to back. So this is an option. If you open anything, then this option will be ready for you. You click on this, then automatically this is the back. So this is the basic fundamentals I'm just discussing with you right now, because we need to learn how to use your SAS software, and then you can decide what to do. Now I will just move to the libraries, and libraries is the key place where you can store your results. Now I'm just deleting few of the libraries which is not default of SAS. Let me just delete these libraries which I have created it. See, whenever you install SAS in your computer, default maps this library, and these are all the libraries of SAS default. You no need to worry about that. SAS help and SAS user and work is the three default libraries what we have in SAS. One is SAS help, second one is SAS user, and third one is work library. So there are three libraries what we have in SAS. So if somebody is asking question in the interview or maybe certification exam, how many libraries we have in SAS? SAS help, SAS user and work is the three libraries. Where these three libraries is available? In your Explorer window. This Explorer window is the place where you can store the information in the form of SAS data sets. Right. So here how it will be stored right now, if I see it in my work library, there is nothing to see because I have not created any of the output right now to save it here, so that I will not see those. But I can see in SAS help library many data sets. Can you see this? It looks like our MS Office Excel, but here we'll have this information, this particular, the red ball like a icon colored symbol, we call it as a SAS data set. Generally, data set meaning is collection of columns and rows, is nothing but a data set. Is the as per the SAS terminology, columns are called variables and rows are called observations. So in this data set right now, we have one column, two column, three column, four columns we have it. And how many rows we have it? You just scroll down, so you will get to know that how many rows you have it. It's in around 1544 rows we have it. As per the SAS terminology, columns are called variables and rows are called observations. So when you see into this data set, double click on it. If you open it, then you can easily see that how many variables we have it, how many columns, how many observations we have it, you will get to know. Columns are called variables as per the SAS terminology. Rows are called observations. Clear? And so how this particular data sets got created in your SAS help? Why not nothing is there in your work library? Because while installing a SAS software in your computer, automatically this SAS help containing information will be get installed in your computer. You no need to create these data sets anymore. So this is the default of SAS. And this is a library, we call it as a permanent libraries. See, even these three libraries also what we have in SAS, like a work library, SAS help library, SAS user library and work library. Even these three libraries also we divided into two categories. One is permanent and second one is temporary. SAS help and SAS user libraries, we call it as a permanent libraries, and work is the temporary library what we have in SAS. That means it's a temporary library. That means you cannot, if you save something in your work library, you close the SAS session and open again, the work library containing information will just go off. Right? SAS help and SAS user and work is the three default libraries what we have in SAS, we just seen right now. Right. Apart from that, what is the SAS user? SAS user also will have some data sets. It's a user defined. That means data sets. So when you create any data set, you can store it. Even though you close the SAS session and open again, SAS user containing data sets will be ready with us. It won't be get deleted. As I said earlier, temporary and permanent, SAS help and SAS user are the permanent libraries. If you save something into these libraries, it will be stored with us throughout life until unless you wantedly deleted it. But if you save something, that means if you run any program in the default, if you save something into the work library, it won't save it for throughout life. If you just automate, once you close the SAS session and automatically it will go off. So that's the reason why we call it as a temporary library. So this is all about libraries. Libraries is the place where you can store your results as a SAS data sets. As a SAS data sets, you can store it for a permanent or temporary, whatever it is. This is the place. So this is the heart of SAS, I can say. So this is the key place where your outputs will be get saved, where your work, total work, what you are going to be submit to your manager or your team leader, whoever it is, to whom you want to submit it, all the information will be available in this particular library's place. And finally, you have an information called result. What is that result window? Generally, the name indicates it's a result. That means if you generate any output, the output will be displayed in your output window, that we know. So now I have generated one more program, then another output is got generated for the same. Like that, if you run 100 programs, that all the 100 program outputs you can able to see in your result window, the 100th output you can see it in your output window. So that is the difference between your result window and output window. Yes, madam, continue.
No, actually, even I told that it's a yeah current result will show in output window, like.
Exactly. Always current results will be shown in output window, and result window, it will show all the results what you have generated. You just open the SAS software right now, and once you run any successful output, if you generate it, then automatically that output will be listed in result window. So these are the 5 windows in our SAS. So editor, log. So what are all the windows? Editor, log, output. What else?
Explorer
Explorer window.
and result window.
Sorry. Explorer, 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 and result.
Result window.
So these are the 5 windows in SAS. So like our 5 fingers in a hand. Editor window, log window, output window, explorer window, and result window. Right? Good. So now what I will do is I will write the program here by using a SAS software. So remember, whenever you want to write any program in SAS, you must have to start a keyword called data. Data is the keyword is used for creating a dataset name. I'm using my dataset name. I can give anything. I will give my dataset name as a uh, bank. Just imagine, and semicolon. So what is the purpose of semicolon? Semicolon is the statement is telling to the SAS it is a statement terminator, and then you can write another statement here. So one statement you have finished it, like a data bank is your data set, you finished it. Now you are moving to the another statement called input. So input is the statement. So you have to specify like a input variables in the sense you have to define your columns. So the ID, employee ID, age, and sex. So is the variable you created it, and semicolon. That means 2 statements you finished it. One is data to bank. So data bank is your data set name, and you are giving some column names like a employee ID, age, and sex. And now you are giving information like a cards. You're just mentioning of cards information as a employee ID 100, age of that employee is 20 years, sex of that employee is male. Again, give it. So here what cards will do, see, data is the statement is used for creating a data set name. Input is the statement is used for creating a column names, that is your variables like a employee ID, age, and sex. Cards is the statement is used for creating some rows what we can able to read it in SAS like 100, 200, male, and all the information we have it. And now another information like a 230 female and 340 and male. Like that, I will just close it here. I need to give the semicolon here. If I could have given the semicolon here, then the sixth line will not be read into SAS environment anymore. So as per the default of SAS, we need to complete your statement here, then you need to give an enter, and then you need to give the semicolon here. So you have written dataset name, and you have written your column names, and you have written the rows what you want it, and then I'm writing finally a statement called run. So if I run this particular statement, what happen? If I run it and execute this particular program, the output will be, I'm expecting to get it in your output window. What happened? Even I don't know. So first of all, as our rules, see guys, just remember for today, you want to become a good SAS programmer. So definitely you have to look into the log always, even though even though the program is correct or wrong or whatever it is, you just try to look into the log as a habitat. So right now what happened? So here employee id is 100 and age is 20 years and sex is missing, and employee id is 200 and age is 30 and sex is missing, or something like that. We have the information. So what is the problem here? The employee id 100 correct, there is no problem. Age is 20, that is also correct, but sex it is missing with error. Again, for second observation also, that means second row also same, third row also same. The problem is sex is the variable, information is not properly reading it. What happened? I too don't know that. To get that, I'm just writing an option called a dollar. If I write in an option dollar here, sex with dollar, automatically, so it will allow you to read the characters data. SAS default don't have any capability to read the character data. Character data in the sense, so you can see employee ID and age all numerical values like 100, 200, 1, 2, 3, 4. These are all numerics. But no, character data, that means any A to Z letter, if you use it, that comes under your characters only. So sex is the character data. If I try to read it, but I'm not able to read it because it is a SAS cannot able to read it because it's a SAS default. Then you have to externally tell to SAS it's a character data. For numerics, you no need to put anything. SAS default can read the numerics, but character you have to put the dollar sign. So I kept the dollar sign and I'm just running the program, same program what I have written. So before that, I will come to my log and I will clear my log so that no, it will be easy for me. See, I cleared my log. Correct. So there is nothing in your output window. And now what I'm trying to do, I'm just executing the same program one more time, just running boy like a symbol. I just did it. Now go to your log window and check it. It is clearly saying the note message. You just try to read it. The data set work.bank has 3 observations. That means 3 rows and 3 variables. That means 3 columns you will have it in the data set. What is work.bank? That means SAS is telling to us the bank data set is got saved in your work library. Go to work library. This is called work library. We know that where the libraries are stored. So you just go to the work library, it automatically got saved in work library. So here the bank, these are all from earlier data sets. We don't want those data sets to be saved here. See what happened now? Bank is the data set is got created here. Come here. I will run the program one more time. Let me delete this also for your understanding purpose. I'm just running the same program one more time and log message see it's work.bank. So the bank data set is got created here. You open it. Employee age, sex is the variable what you have it. It's got saved. But what I said to you before, so when I'm just explaining it, whenever your program is correct, automatically the output will be displayed in your output window. But I'm not getting the output in output window. So how I can able to get the output? I can write an option called proc means procedure. Print means I'm telling to the SAS to print it. Data equal to the dataset name what you created it. So I just created my dataset name with the name of bank and semicolon. I'm just writing it and run. That's enough. I have done. So as we already created this data set as a bank, it's already saved it here. So you no need to run this particular program again one more time. Well, because the data set is already got saved and it's already there with us. So you just run from 10 and 11th line is enough to run your program. So once you run the program, the output will be displayed in your output window. So I'm not interested to have some titles like a options, options. I don't want to have any date. So then I will write it options, no date. I don't want to display the date in my output window. So I'm writing it no date and run it. So now you execute the program. See, the output is got created. That means in SAS programming, we have a two steps. Data onwards up to run step, we call it as a data step. And proc onwards up to run step, we call it as a proc step. If you can see that there are some differences, you carefully observe. Data onwards up to run step is called data step. There is a line. Automatically, this line is not plotted with me. As a enhanced editor, when you are using it in SAS, default this line will be populated. Again, if I write another statement from here, if I start with the data, see, automatically another line will start up. That means SAS default in enhanced editor, so data onwards up to run step is called data step and proc onwards up to run step is called proc step. So here the data step won't give you any output in output window at all. If I try to even run in 100 times also, but don't expect the output in output window, because this data step will not give you the output. What is the result of the data step? It will give you a data set. It will give you a data set is called bank. Once the data set is got created, then you can decide by using a proc step. Proc print data equal to your data set name. You are just mentioning it bank and run the program. Understand? So proc print data equal to your data set name bank and run it. So that's it. You created the data set. Sorry, you printed the data set. If you want it, you can print it. That's fine. Okay, now I want to know that. So editor window, you have written program, and that program you checked in the log, correct? And you checked in the output window, correct? Output is got displayed, and finally result in explorer window, it is got saved in library, mainly work library, it is got saved. And result window, as of now, how many successful results you have submitted? Suppose if I submit one more time, then one more result window will get open. If I submit one more time, then one more result window will be get added. That means each successful output of your result will be displayed in your result window. If you want to scroll up, then you can scroll up to the first program, first output what you created in your output window itself. Otherwise, you can easily track it from here. This is your first one. If you want, this is your second one. This is your third time what you have produced. Like that, you can easily track it by using a result window. A result window is the window is used. You can easily track the information, whatever is what output you want it to display. So these are all about your 5 windows in SAS and how you need to write the program and all. So now my interest is, okay, today I have done with my program. I'm just trying to close my SAS session. So when I try to close the SAS session, before that, I have to have an idea that how I can save this particular program what I have written. You can save it by just mentioning an option here called save option. If I click on save, there is an option here, then it will ask you to save wherever you are interested in. So I'm interested to save it on my some drive, D drive or somewhere. I'm just writing it. I will save it in my in this particular destination. When you save it, guys, we already know that every file has some extension in the world, like audio file .mp3, video file .mp4, document file .pdf, word document file .doc, or maybe it's a image file .jpg, maybe image files another format like .png. Like that, even SAS file also will have some extension. That extension we call it as a .sas is the extension. So automatically when you save any program, you save it You can save with any name. Maybe I'm just saving with today practice or something like that. I will save the name. So now if I save it, I just got saved. So the data got saved as a today practice. Instead of appearing as a editor window, it is just got saved as a today practice. Now I can close my SAS session easily. I just closed my SAS session. And if I want to open it again, SAS session, you just go to my desktop, double click on it. So the SAS session got open. Now I want to see that earlier in Explorer window, I created a data set called bank. Then I want to open it. Go to libraries and work library, it just got empty. What happened? Default work library containing information will not be with us anymore. Once you close the SAS session, everything, even you see log also gone. So there is no log like earlier, it's gone. There is no outputs. Earlier we have produced around 4 outputs, that is also gone. And Explorer window, so mainly work library, you have some data sets, that is also gone. Even result window also, we have a list of outputs what you produced, we have a list, that is also gone. So SAS default, once you close the SAS session, everything whatever you written will be get closed automatically. Suppose you want to get everything back, then there is an option always. You just put your cursor on your editor window. There is an option called open the program where you saved it. I saved it in my D drive somewhere as a today's practice. You can see a running boy like a symbol, it will appear to you, because if you just scroll bit up, then you can able to see that it's a today practice is a symbol, we have it here. So this is a SAS program file. Once you install SAS software in your computer, automatically this running boy like a symbol information will be get displayed. So click open. So automatically the program what you have saved it earlier, it will be with us. You want to produce all those things again back, like your log and your output, your Explorer window and your result window, everything to be back, then you have to rerun your program one more time, then everything will be reset. See, now you will have a log information, you will have output information, you will have Explorer information, you will have a result information. That means once you close the SAS session, default everything will be get closed. If you are not saving your program also, automatically program also will get deleted automatically. So it will ask you while closing it, do you want to save this particular program, yes or no? That is only for your output, sorry, that is only for your program only, not for your log or not for your output or anything. Because in real time we never ever save our log and output, Explorer and results. So default it will be get collapsed. Now, okay, I written my program and I created this one. So there is a purpose that you have created this data set right now, but you want to use this data set for tomorrow's purpose. Okay, suppose you created this data set as a bank. Then I'm interested to save this particular data set in a permanent manner. How I can store it in a permanent? As I said earlier, I have SAS help and SAS user is the three default libraries: SAS help, SAS user, and work. Work library default, I'm not saying anything, but default it is getting saved into the work library. But how it is getting saved into your SAS help or SAS user library? How it will do? To save it in SAS help or SAS user library, first of all, you have to write data after your dataset name. You have to write SAS user dot bank. You have to write it. So now the new dataset is get created. If I try to run it, SAS user dot bank, so that automatically bank dataset will get saved into your SAS user library. If I try to run this particular piece of information, it will be get executed. So now go to your log, and log is clearly says that earlier it is saying to us work.bank. That means it is saved in work library with the name of bank. Now it is a SAS user.bank. That means the bank dataset is got saved in your SAS user library. So now go to SAS user library and open it. The bank dataset what you saved it, you have it here. Now you can close your session and open SAS session and open again. It won't disturb or else it won't be closed anything. It will be with us throughout your life until unless you deleted this dataset from your SAS user. Is it making sense as of now what I have explained? Any questions at anywhere?
Um, I have a question.
Yes, continue.
So if we write SAS user, so directly it will store in SAS user. So if you we will not write SAS user, then automatically it will go to work
Yes,
library, right?
you're 100% right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So default,
So
whenever you run any program, default destination will be the work library.
okay.
Otherwise, you are not interested to save that information in work library. You are thinking that you want to store that information in a permanent, then you have to write it SAS user dot. Then it will be
Okay.
stored as a SAS user dot bank. Okay, now I'm running the program right now. Yes, I will explain, Madam Bhavani. So you're asking me, can we save it in SAS help? Let me just explain this one and then I will jump into that. So data SAS user dot bank is your dataset name. I'm just printing it, you're printing it. But if I try to print this information, will this work? First of all, I will delete the information from work library because that is not my purpose. So now proc print data equal to bank and run. Will this create output in your output window? If I try to run it, SAS will give a error message to me in your log because work.bank does not exist. Where our bank data set is created, it is created on your SAS user library.
Okay.
So default, whenever you are not specifying anything, SAS will take the information from work library. You're not interested to take the information from work library, then you will write it SAS user dot bank. Then you no need to worry about it. You see now, is it getting created? So you
Yeah.
have to mention the destination. Which destination you mentioned it, you have to mention the same destination here also. Clear? Apart from that, so just now Bhavani asked me that how we can store the information in your SAS help. I'll try to store the information in SAS help library, SAS help.bank, and here also I will try to write it SAS help.bank. So when I try to execute SAS help.bank and execute it now, automatically what happened? Go to log message. See, first of all, you see this message. User don't have appropriate authorization level for a library SAS help. What does that mean? The meaning of that one is, so user doesn't have appropriate authorization level for SAS help dot class or something like that. Sorry, SAS help library. That means the library what we have it right now, it is a read-only access library. That means once you close the once you install the SAS software in your computer, automatically this will be get created. You cannot delete any data sets from here. You cannot modify any data set from here, and at the same time, you cannot create any data set from data sets into here because SAS help library is a read-only access. But yes, you can see some data sets we have it here. A class data set right now we have it in SAS help. But you can use the SAS help for your purpose. Okay, SAS help that class I want to print it, then I can use it class. So then I can print the information for my purpose. See, we have some name, sex, age, height, weight, and all the information is class dataset which is already available in your SAS library, SAS help library. Then I have a chance that I can use it, but I cannot modify that. I cannot create a new things in SAS help library. Is it clear? This is the how you can store the results in a permanent way by using SAS user. Okay, and SAS user you have written for today. You are working on this particular project. Suppose right now you see any of the library, SAS user or work or any library is appearing here means you go to properties and there you can see that that library is where it is created. It is C Naidu documents my SAS files 9.4 or somewhere it is just got created. Any file you see in work library also where it is saying user app data. Somebody please put the mute. My voice is echoing.
Oh, sorry. It's it's not working.
Right. So now here I will put the mute, madam. Don't worry. So here, so user Naidu app data local temporary file somewhere it is there in my desktop or somewhere it is there. That means every library it is connecting here means it will be appear at somewhere. That means it will be linked to some folder on your desktop or something like that. Why I'm talking about that? Because if I want to create my own library, yes, I know that SAS help, SAS user and work is the three default libraries. Can't we able to create our own library with our name? Can't we do that? Yes, we can. To do that, what we need to do, before running off any program, you need to make sure to create the library whatever you interested on it. I will create my library with the name of libname. I'm just writing it. In the library, I'm just specifying my library name. I will put my library name anything I'm interested on it. I will put my library name as a my lib is my library name. I'm just giving it. In a quotations, you have to mention the path of the file where it is to locate it. Why? Because as all these particular folders is got created the same way, we need to create this particular library also to your desktop or C drive or D drive. Somewhere we need to connect it to this our system. That means go to here. Okay, this is the destination I'm using it. I will create a new folder here. Okay, let it be as a new folder only. I'll copy the path from here and I'll paste the path here and semicolon. So libname, that means library name. Mylib, I'm just giving it. So my library, and I'm just mentioning a path. So the new underscore new folder, you are just giving it and run the program. So my library, new folders, you are just giving it, and once you run this and execute it now, yes, got created the library. Can you see the library name mylib is got created? You go to the log message, you see libname mylib was successfully assigned. Where it is assigned? It is from new folder from the D drive. Now whenever I created my library with the name of mylib, then my interest is I can store my data, any data into mylib. So that what I will do, I will write it as a mylib dot bank. So when I write mylib dot bank, and here also you will write it mylib dot bank. If I run it and execute it now, so that in my library you will have a bank data set is got saved. Clear? My library and bank data set. Like that, you can store any information. At the same time, when it is creating here, that means when it is saving here, that means the ultimate destination where it will save into your desktop of your new folder, and there you have a bank data set. So generally, once I close the SAS session, what I have written, I will save my program right now by using Control S. I will close my SAS session right now. Okay, I closed my SAS session right now. So now again I will open my SAS session. If I open my SAS session, so go to libraries place, see the library of mylib what I have created is no more with us. Do you know the reason why? Because libname statement, whatever the library you created it will be only temporary only. Temporary in the sense, once you close the SAS session, the link will be broken. It is not that the data what you created will be deleted. So it is not that. It is just a temporary library. That means it will just link will be broken. If you want to connect that library again one more time, so first of all, you have to open your program where it is located. I will go for my destination where it is there. I'll go for this destination where I have created. This is my today's practice. I will open it. I will rerun this particular program with the libname with mylib and all. Then your library will be ready, and then you can see the bank data set again back. Generally, when you create a library with the name of libname statement, once you close the SAS session, automatically link will be broken. So if you want to connect that library again, so then you can connect it by using a libname statement. Right. Another library, how you can store your data in a permanent, so you have seen it. And the same way, without writing this program also, we can able to create it. To store your data in a permanent, there are multiple ways, around two ways right now. One is with the mylib name, and you created the library and stored the information. That is one thing. And another thing is here, you can see. So the another thing is here, you can right click on it and go to new. and then put your library name. I will interested to have my library name as a Bhavani, right? And there is an enable startup option. What this will do, it will enable while close the SAS session also. When you connect this particular, sorry, if you open the SAS software again, automatically Bhavani library will be with us, and browse the folder where you created, or maybe you can use the destination wherever I'm interested on it. For new library, I will create a one more folder on my destination as a new folder 2 or something like that, and I will just mention it. Sorry, it should be new folder 2. I need to select that and click OK. New folder 2 and open it. See, Bhavani is the library is got created. Even though you close the SAS session right now, see, right now I'm closing the SAS session. I will open it one more time. So even though I close the SAS session, go to my libraries, still Bhavani with us. You no need to run any program. So it is with us throughout our life until unless you deleted it. Understand? So this is the way of creating a library. Today we have learned about, I will just summarize what we have learned. So first of all, we learned what are all the different windows what we have in SAS, and we have learned about how to write a simple SAS program, and how to store that particular simple SAS program by using different destinations, and how to create a library by using a libname statement we have seen today. So this is all about your today's class. Anyone have any questions on this? You can speak.
Hello.
Yes,
I
madam.
have a question.
Yes, continue.
Yeah. So normally we have so many ways to store the data, right? So my question is, that means if we want to modify or something for next day, so if we work half of the data like that, so which option is the best one? And if we want to, like, which option is the best one to store? Like,
Okay, so you created the data set, but that is half of this, half of the information only. That's what you are saying, madam?
yeah, yeah, but it should come by next day. So
Ah,
and it
okay.
should
I
stay,
understood.
yeah.
So the thing is, you created the data set and you saved it. And after few months or 2 months later, they got with a new data set they have given to you. Am I right?
Okay.
Then
Yeah.
you can write an option in our SAS. Right now you don't know that, but I will explain in upcoming classes to you. Data, you can put your data set name, whatever you are interested on it. Put your set, old data set and new data set also. That's it, madam. That's enough. Automatically, the old dataset and new dataset information combined together and created into the new dataset called KK.
Okay.
You clear on that? I will explain, madam. I will explain in upcoming classes to you.
Okay.
Set is the concept. You can combine the two datasets together so that the old data what you created, the new data what you created, you can combine it.
So normally, SAS user we use when the data set, I mean, when we have to store it permanently, then only we use SAS user. Otherwise, we can store it in like desktop or whatever you say, like my lib name, like that, right?
Yes, always that is user defined libraries. We call it as a, so you are the user, then you can define your library wherever you interested on it. It is not that mandatory you have to use a SAS user, or else maybe you have to use a SAS help or something like that. You can create your own libraries and then you can utilize those libraries so that whatever the work or practice you do it on that particular device, you can store in one information so that you can easily just go there. In real time projects also will be the same. Now you connected to the project for today, you are working for this two months as the project 01. After few days,
Okay.
again you will work on the project 02. So project 01, all the information will be stored into some destinations. They will provide you the destination where this particular libraries will be get created and all. Understand?
Yeah.
Right. Tomorrow again same for the project 2 also, they will give you the destination where to store the data and what to do and all. So this is how you can connect the information to the libraries.
So among all these, whatever you stored, like this folder, Bhavani's folder. So this is the best way to store, right?
Yeah, this is the best way, but because it's the user defined data, you can easily access it. Once you close the SAS session also, there is no confusion. The data will be with us throughout our life. Again, the only thing is you need to connect it one more time, or else Bhavani library, how I created by using an enable startup option, right? We never do in
Yeah.
real time with enable startup option because why? Because you added this particular project 01 or maybe Bhavani project today. After tomorrow
Okay.
means after a few days, few months later, that is a Prasanthi project. So then what is
Okay.
the use of having a Bhavani project that time to in our library?
Okay.
So that's the reason why we always go for libname statement only. Most of the students, they are asking the question like how we can store the library in a permanent, so that instead of running the same program again and again, how to store it. Naidu, can you just explain? So this is my explanation. You can use a
Okay.
enable startup option so that it will work.
Yeah. Got it. Thank you.
Right. So that's all about for today's class, and I'll meet you again tomorrow same time. Thank you. Bye. I'll send you this recording videos to you, so please check it.
Yeah, sure.
Bhavani is asking something. Bhavani, continue please. I'm not sure, I didn't, maybe you're typing. Okay, so Bhavani is asking the question, what is the use of class? Okay, not only class, like that we have many data sets in this particular, what I can say, SAS help library. So in this SAS help library, you can use this particular data for your example purpose, madam. It is not that we have some purpose. So the class data sets and some other data sets, we have it here. It is just for your practice purpose, or maybe like that you can take it. And apart from that, some of the macros also we have it. So macros means here you can see that some of the macros right now, it is not easy to you to discuss right now. So some of the macros we will have it in our data sets right now. This macros also we will use it in real time, madam. That I will explain what is there in our SAS library with in detail manner in upcoming classes. But class dataset right now, why we used it? It is just for printing some data to know that what information you have it in that dataset. There is nothing more to explain there. I hope I answered your question. Thank you. Good. So that's it. That's all about for today, and I'll meet you again tomorrow same time. Thank you all. Bye.